What is up, my sisters? This is your boy, Beef, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day, because we're back with another episode of our weekly series covering the best new mods for Baldur's Gate 3. And I hope you're ready for a fun one, because we have some really fun mods to look at today that I'm honestly so excited to share with you guys. What's even more, we have a new console-specific hotfix, number 29, that got released today, November 11th, 2024. This update aims to fix issues that console players were having with mods, and should increase stability. Under this current hotfix, console players are temporarily limited to 100 mods, but a new hotfix should come soon that changes that, and will allow you to be able to play more stable with all of those mods. If you have any saves that have 100 mods on them, you are currently unable to access them, but once the next hotfix comes out, you will be able to get to them. But that's pretty much all there is to the hotfix, so let's get into the new mods. Starting us off strong this week, we have a suite of mods by Rebalanced that are going to add a bunch of new encounters and enemies into the game, including several new mini-bosses. This is really cool and makes the game feel even more new, and also increases the difficulty by a good amount. This is going to become a staple in my runs, especially if I'm using a very powerful modded class, since some of them break the game entirely, and I'm definitely going to pair this with the Tactician Enhanced mod for my upcoming supersized party run. You can see here by user Relamod, it's got this big Draco Lich kind of thing here in the middle of the area. It's got the Avatar of Vlaakith, mini boss level 17, hanging out here in the Astral Prism. It's got this, I don't even know what this thing is, but it's here. It looks like it's in the Underdark. We've got the Forged Fire. It's just a bunch of extra here, goblins and ogres and drow at Joaquin's Rest for us to fight. Little John, the Avalanche, level 5 elemental. No idea what that is, but we're going to find out someday. These look like some fishermen that are hanging out on the beach. Got some redcap captains down in the water in the Underdark. And we've got Ilintoth resurrected. This is a mummy. Oh, this looks like the mummy in the a new encounter in the Necromancy of Thay area. So this is the Red Wizard from Thay. That's cool. The next mod by Relamod is called More Enemies in Basic Fights, and this mod is pretty simple in execution. Wherever you have enemies to face, there are now more of them. Usually, just each enemy gets duplicated. You can see here there's two ogres outside of the Shattered Sanctum. Same thing here, there's a bunch of imps here on the Nautiloid. Got a whole bunch of these, bunch of extra skeletons in Wither's Tomb. Bunch of extra guys here in the area before. That's a lot of hook horrors. Oh my gosh. That's terrifying. Obviously, that's a lot of hook horrors. This is really cool and adds a new way to bump the difficulty of your games, but the size of turn orders sounds terrifying to me. I can imagine when you get towards the later ends of the game, it's going to be kind of a nightmare but also that's part of what you're looking for there. While we are here, I would like to note that this mod and the previous mod, the Extra Encounters one, are both available for Act 1 and Act 2. Act 3 are currently in progress and will be here soon, but that is something to look forward to. Regardless, we can only have access to Act 1 and Act 2 for the time being. This mod is very new, but we are glad that Relamod has made Act 1 and Act 2 available for us at the time being. And finally, our last mod in this group is called XP Rebalance for Extra Encounters, and it just adjusts the XP curve to match the previous two mods so that you can progress at a reasonable rate given the extra encounters and the extra enemies. That way you don't just hit level 12 in Act 1. Our next mod is something that people have been requesting for a very long time, and now we can create custom hirelings. The custom hirelings mod by Marissa50 adds a spell action to the game which, when cast, allows us to create a custom hireling. When you cast the spell, it will immediately open a character creation screen where you can then create a brand new character from scratch that the game treats like a main character tab. It says here you can also pick Ostarian, Lae'zel, Gale, Shadowheart, the origin characters. I wouldn't necessarily do that because you might bug your game out. This is a very buggy mod. It's very new, and the mod creator is very open about the fact that it can very much break your game. So one of the things that you can do wrong here is if you click the X button to return to main menu, because this is treating it like you're at the character creation screen, this is literally just going to pop you back to the main menu, and you will lose whatever progress you had made and up until your previous save in the game that you were playing in. You definitely do not want to do that. But then once you're in here, you can create your character, and voila. Previously, the only way to add another fully custom character to your game was to invite someone to a multiplayer game and then have them leave and surrender control of their character to you. This would just get you a new custom character to be able to mess around with. But this mod gives us the ability to bypass that and just do it straight from our hotbar. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am being Marissa 50. Our next mod is going to add a new unique set of dice to the game for us to use, and it is the first pair of dice that I've seen that made me go, I need that dice. Boo Dice by Sultry Shay adds my favorite new dice into the game, and I will just let them speak for themselves. Okay, so we're on some random rooftop in Rivington, and we are going to open these doors just because I want to. Go for the eyes, Boo. That's crazy. Here he goes. Go for the eyes, Boo. That's hilarious. I love that. That's awesome. I'm going to use these dice forever now. Next up, we have a few mods that are going to add in several new items and weapons to the game. First up, we have the Hand Cannon Gunslinger by modder Skirby. This one is going to pop in the hand cannons chest inside the tutorial chest. I have lately been becoming a big fan of these Skirby weapon mods because you can tell that they put a lot of thought into them. Each one is like a full-blown class with scaling and a ton of abilities and buffs that really change up how you play the game, and this one is no different. This time, though, we get a hand cannon flintlock pistol weapon that meshes well with the flavor of Baldur's Gate 3 and makes a perfect companion for your artificer or ranger runs. You can see here we get the hand cannon red bullet formula. Mark your target with a special bullet formula on hit. Does 1d6 plus 2 bludgeoning damage. The 2 is coming from my dexterity. It also does plus 5 force damage. Apex Hunter, once per turn, you may teleport to a marked prey or detonate all marks in range. That's really cool and kind of turns you into this really cool gunslinger. I mean, that's what it's called. And then at level 7, you no longer have disadvantage when making range attacks in melee range. When you teleport to a marked prey, your next attack is guaranteed to critically hit. That's really cool and turns you into a teleporting, base blasting gunslinger. And then you can see here, it includes the progression of at level 1, you unlock aimed shot. At level 3, you get utility, teleport, detonate. At level 5, you get smoke powder slug, kneecap. At level 7, you get splitting shot. And at level 9, you get fatal barrage. These are legendary weapons, so they include a plus 3 to weapon enchantment. But this is really cool. And if we go ahead and equip this red one here, we can see this is just really awesome. We're going to go ahead and attach the gold one in our offhand. Now we have 2 guns that look just absolutely fantastic and kind of feel westerny, but still kind of old flintlocky, very high fantasy. You can see here we have a utility shot, shoot either a flashbang or a booming shot. This is really cool. We have a flashbang, breaks your target's concentration and blind them, or booming shot, explode on impact, pushing targets back 7 meters. This is really cool. Look at that. That's so much fun. Look at that. We've got aimed shot, fires a precise shot that adds your proficiency bonus and strength modifier to the damage and causes reeling. That's so cool. Boom! These have also, they have these unique animations that are really cool. Offhand attack, ranged, same thing. So if you have a good thief action, thief rogue class that has 2 bonus actions, you could potentially just become... How much fun is that? That's like... that is exactly what I want. That sounds so much fun. Teleport to a marked target, flying step. That's really cool. We have splitting shot, shoot a slug that splits onto contact and strikes 5 other targets in range. That's also really cool. Huge cleave damage there. Kneecap, pop a target's kneecap. Boom! What? Why not? We've got detonating shot, detonate all marks in range for 3 to 14, 1d12 plus 2 force damage. That's so much fun. We've got fatal barrage, 66. That is incredibly powerful. 66 bludgeoning plus 9 force. Plus 9 radiant, plus 9 fire. Fire a constant barrage of bullets decimating a target. Once per short rest, bonus action, and an action. But that is so cool. Let's go ahead and just shoot it at the ground or at the door. That's way too much fun. Wow. Our next item mod is called Wizard and Weave. Wizard Equipment by Graphic Fade. This mod is going to add 30 new items, 10 for each act. You can see here, Act 1 equipment, Act 2 equipment, and Act 3 equipment. And these items are all crafted around wizards and increasing their abilities. You can see here we've got Amulet of Lost Voices, Speak with Dead, and Speak with Animals. These are some early game things. We're going to get the Professor's Ring of Intellect, which will increase our intellect intelligence by 1. There's not really any other items in the game besides the crown that are the tiara that turns your intelligence to 17. There's the Cloak of the Reaper's Harvest. When you kill a creature, you cast a level 1 spell slot without expending a spell slot. With once for short rest, really awesome. Boots of the Frostwalker. Gloves of the Cinder Brand, and we get this Staff of Whispering Thoughts, which is really cool. As you get towards Act 3, we're just going to pop there, and we're going to see some of the really powerful items. We're going to get the Hood of the Archmage, has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects, and set your intelligence to 20. Really awesome. Amulet of Arcane Renewal, Cloak of Arcane Vitality, Boots of the Shifting Elements. While in combat, you are granted a boon for 1 turn based on the spell damage type you've dealt. This can only occur once per turn. So if you become a full-on Evocation Wizard who's doing all sorts of different powerful damage types, then you can get all these crazy abilities. This pairs really well with the Marco Heshkir. There's also the Netherese Staff, which is really cool, and the Gloves of the Burning Sky. There's just a bunch of really awesome items in here to make your wizards play even more fun. And next up, we have Extra Thunder Weapons by modder Sauron154. This mod adds 20 new weapons into the game, such as the Reverberating Hand Crossbow, or the Booming Hand Crossbow, or we have the Steel Cyclone. These weapons, the common theme around these weapons is obviously that they are centered around thunder damage. These weapons are either built for doing thunder damage or spreading thunderous effects, and includes a ton of buffs and passives that change up your thunder builds even more. I love thunder builds, so this is huge for me. Specifically here, we can see the Tempest does 2d6 plus 2 bludgeoning, plus 1d4 thunder, plus 1d8 thunder, conditionally, which is if you are doing it to a target that is reverberating. So this is perfect for creating a thunder reverberating build in a really fun way, and I've really been wanting to dig after that for a while. We also have things here like the Roaring Club. When the wielder deals damage with this weapon, possibly inflict 2 Hyperacusis upon the target. Let's go ahead and see what Hyperacusis does. Can't speak or cast spells with a verbal component and is vulnerable to thunder damage. So this is going to be really great for attacking mages, because first you're going to silence them, and then you're going to make them vulnerable to thunder damage, which is what you're going to be doing a lot of, so that you get double damage off of that. We also have the bow here, the Nightstorm Longbow, where it cannot be blinded. This weapon deals an additional 1d8 thunder damage to creatures that are lightly or heavily obscured. You get advantage on saving throws while in fog. This is a really cool build, really cool. Ooh, it even comes with Arrow of Fog, so you can kind of cast around fog with your arrows, and then use oh, that's so much fun. That's really cool, and do thunder damage from the mist. So our next item mod will probably only make sense to you if you are a fan of Devora Wild, the actress who plays Lae'zel. This mod by Sammy Can't Even is simply called Ranch, and with it, we're going to get a case full of Hidden Valley Ranch. 10 Ranch Potions, which do a ton of healing, 8d4 plus 8, and remove burning, and 1 equipable Ranch weapon that does crazy damage, 1d6 plus 7 bludgeoning, plus 4d8 force damage. With Hidden Valley Ranch. You just got a Hidden Valley Ranch. We're going to go ahead and apply that, and now we've got Hidden Valley Ranch in our hands. Why? I don't know. I mean, I do know. This is obviously more of a meme mod and is based off Devora's recent obsession with ranch dressing. And I honestly can't blame her for it. I love ranch dressing. I'm not the hugest fan of Hidden Valley Ranch, but that's okay, because this is a fun weapon just to be able to have fun with and do 12 to 45 damage on a single hit. Ranch for the queen. Why not? And we get these free healing potions, so woohoo! We're now going to finish up with 3 new class mods that have been added to the game. Our first class mod is the Drunken Fist Monk subclass by Lenubis. In Vanilla Baldur's Gate, there is an item set which is built around being drunk, but this mod takes it a step further and makes it into a whole monk subclass that is just a ton of fun to play. It includes an ability that lets you conjure alcohol, and then that alcohol has different specific effects that buffs and debuffs different stats. That's one of the things that's really cool about this class, is that when you create your alcohol here, there's different types of alcohol that you can create that have different effects, and that you can kind of change how your build is going to play at that specific moment and what sort of things you want to value. It's really cool, actually, and I'm super excited to play a run with it. You also get here Drunken Position. While you are drunk, you have advantage on attack rolls. That is really powerful and really awesome, and really kind of plays into the whole vibe of a drunken master. And we also have Unarmored Defense. Your body is resilient as any armor. While not wearing armor, if your strength is higher than your dexterity, you add your strength modifier instead of your dexterity modifier to your armor class. That's really awesome, and it's going to benefit us really highly, especially since we are probably going to take Tavern Brawler if we play this class, so that We're going to want as much strength as possible. Our next class mod is the Blood Archer by Navati and Felipe947. This is a brand new subclass that focuses on archery and imbuing your arrows with dark blood magic. This subclass allows players to wield cursed blood magic in combination with masterful archery, creating a deadly fusion of precision and supernatural power. At 3rd level, you learn to unleash special magical effects with some of your shots. When you gain this feature, you learn 3 bloodshot options of your choice. Over per turn, when you fire an arrow from a short bow or longbow as part of the attack action, you can apply one of your bloodshot options to that arrow. You decide to use the option when the arrow hits, unless the option doesn't involve an attack roll. You can use this feature a number of times equal to +1 plus your Constitution modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a short or long rest. At level 7, you get Blood Arrow. You gain the ability to create arrows with your blood. How cool is that? At level 10, you get Blood Recall. At 10th level, you learn how to recall your arrows when you man an attack roll with Blood Arrow and miss. You can use a bonus action to re-roll the attack roll against the original target as the arrow flies back to you. That's also really cool and just is going to allow you to do a bunch of damage. This class also features progression up to level 20, so that's really cool. You can see here there's a ton of different options. We can look at some of our different arrow options. We have the Bewitching Arrow. Deals an additional 2d6 psychic damage, forces the target to make a wisdom saving throw, or they become confused. The Blood Boil Arrow causes all creatures within 10 feet of the target to take 2d6 fire damage as the blood ignites. Blood Shard Arrow, the Constraining Arrow, 2d6 acid damage, and they have difficulty moving. The Exiling Arrow, wisdom saving throw will be banished to a harmless location in the celestial plane. Hunting Arrow, Shadowblade Arrow, Thunderblood Arrow, 2d6 thunder damage, and pushes the target 15 feet away. 15 feet away is crazy far. This is just a really cool and is a really fun way to kind of infuse your arrows with different effects. But that just about does it for this week's best new mods. Which of these is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.